by this other race. So now he has to live amongst this race. So now his two enemies are loneliness and this other race species.
Oh, there we go.
Through twisting
Did you get it now?
Yeah.
and intricate traps.
That's my thought.
You master one
There's
of
an ad right now.
Starts off video ad.
Ad.
HD, only on Wii U, rated T for teen.
Yeah.
Alright, apparently it's streaming right
Starts
now.
off video ad.
Ad.
Let me see. Let me go to the Twitches of the Twitch.
Apparently it's streaming right now.
But that's just my thought.
Let me see.
Do what you will with
The
it.
Twitches of the Twitch.
So did you get it, Halo?
Yep, I got it.
Are we ready to finally start?
Yeah, I guess so.
So did you get it, Halo?
Yep, I got it.
Sucking dick for coke.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna do the whole thing like this, where you only see like barely half my face.
Really, John?
Alright, finally. We got it to start.
Here we go.
Whew. Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna go do this whole podcast thingy.
Alright, hello.
Oh, man. Let's do this.
Okay, well, do you want to intro it?
I got this.
He ain't got shit.
Shut up, Sean. You're mean. Why
Back.
you so mean to me?
I'm just the game player here. Or I'm the dude doing gameplay.
Especially because I can't even hardly hear you.
Alright, there we go. Can you hear me?
No, not you, Halo. I'm talking
Oh.
about Assassin.
You
All
can't hear me? Is this better?
I can hear him.
It
just
sounds
fine.
it sounds like that you're not picking up through your headset.
I don't want to shoot the dog.
Hang on. Is that better at all?
It doesn't sound like you're picking up through the headset. It sounds like you're
Yeah, it
picking up
sounds
through
like
the
you're picking
speaker
up
on
through
laptop.
the laptop speaker.
Here, hang on a minute.
I missed. There we go. Oh, hello. Shit.
So, anyways,
So
we
silly
are
guy.
the factory. Seeing as how Jake is currently deceased, and he seems to think that he wants to be able to do the whole clippy thingy, but that's not going to happen for him apparently. I am Psychono. The person you are seeing current game footage is Mr. Halo CMB.
You can just call me
And,
Halo. and then
our
the
other,
yeah, one that
and our
got off.
other
was-
member just got off as Mr. Assassin Faggot. I mean, Assassin.
Assassin.
This would be our first Twitch podcast thingamajig. All you young people and your fancy words and stuff.
Fancy shit. Even though I should know all this shit, but I don't even know it.
So we're supposed to be talking about a actual topic to start off with, and then I guess going from there. And our topic of choice tonight is supposed to be what the hipster kids are calling VR. I call it virtual reality.
Is that
Yeah,
better?
So you look
it's
so
fine.
fucking weird right now.
Who, me?
No, the person behind you.
Yeah.
What, outside the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, creeper van's there. I saw it.
Oh, God, it actually is. Oh, God. I'm just gonna close this because it is actually there.
Oh god. I thought it came on the Saturday. I thought it came on Saturdays.
I don't even know anymore.
So I already went ahead and did the intro, Assassin, because I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our current topic of choice is virtual reality, and I'm assuming concepts, technologies, benefits, downfalls, whichever.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, in my opinion, I really think that virtual reality would be a really cool thing, but I really think it's like a double-edged sword, personally.
Yeah.
I really feel like while it does have a lot of benefits, not even just for entertainment value, but for also the purpose of training value, you know, in terms of military pilots, things of that nature. But then you're going to have the fat American population that's going to use shit like that and just sit in their chairs all day getting fucking fatter online all day pretending to be some fucking 18-year-old 90-pound sexy like anime chick and they're really just some fat 460-pound fucking white dude from Wisconsin.
Yeah. I see that happening.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie The Gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
That's
Well,
the-
that's kind
actually
of
the-
where Sean's coming from. It sounds like. So.
Or you look at it in terms of things like some of the animes like Sword Art Online
Yeah.
anime. And of course you're going to have some people that actually make their characters actually look like what they look like in real life, but then you also get other people like that the shy girl who nobody really talks to and wears glasses and is a little bookworm, but then she goes online and is this like Greek goddess that everybody worships. Helps her with her self-esteem, helps her feel good, but at the same time also alienates herself in real life.
Yeah, because she has like this character. It kind of separates her and her character. 'Cause she kind of has like this persona online.
Yeah, it winds up giving her a complex because she's this one being person online where everybody loves her, everybody worships her, or whatever that nature. And then as soon as she signs up, she goes back to being nobody. And my personal opinion, I think that's really just gonna hurt your self-esteem more than help it in the long run.
Are you having a hard time with hearing Sean?
Just a little bit. I'm
He's-
just thinking that.
Kind of sounds like he's underwater.
Should I get closer?
No, maybe you should back away.
Actually, why don't I put on headphones?
Yeah, that might work.
His headphones, but the narc was fucking tangled.
That's how mine was. It's just terrible.
Just sit there. They just sit there. It's not like I pick them up or anything. They just sit there. What the hell?
Blame it on Cammy. Actually, sorry. Blame it on Fritz.
Fritz? Oh, probably. But,
Is that better?
it doesn't...
Talk
Keep
talk a little
speaking.
more.
Yeah.
I wished I was in the land of Dixie. Hooray! Fuck your mother, kiss your sister, kiss your brother.
It still sounds a little funny. I don't know why.
You sound funny.
I know I do sound funny.
Sean, that's just his voice. God, why do you have to be so mean?
So, anyways, that's like on the other side of it. It has a lot of really good benefits to it too, in more practical uses. Where, like, training military, it's a lot safer to do a virtual reality simulation versus like a live fire exercise
Yeah.
where it has the potential for somebody to get harmed. But once again, it's still a double-edged sword in my opinion, because there's no consequence of death.
Yeah.
Or there's no consequence of being actually harmed. Just because it's a live firing exercise or a training exercise or anything of that nature, it does still have the potential for somebody to get hurt.
Yeah.
Whereas in a simulation, you don't really have that. If you're in a simulation and you have 30 guys in a simulation shooting each other and they're all dying or they're getting shot to hell, they can't. There's nothing that really happens with that. It just kind of it happens, and then you just come back and go again.
I mean, unless there is a way around it actually. You know how in the movie Divergent?
Uh,
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Divergent? Did you say
Oh,
Divergent?
Divergent. Oh, yeah.
Divergent, Insurgent, and then the newest one that's coming out, it's like Allegiant or something like
Yeah,
that.
Allegiant.
Anyways, you know how when they're doing they like basically capture the flag thing,
Yeah.
and they're using like the paintball looking guns, and it just shoots like a dart at you, but then it actually simulates the pain of actually getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe some sort of neural network when you're in this virtual reality that's hooked up to you that, you know, if you get shot or you get killed, that it actually sends a charge and actually simulates the pain. You know, maybe not to the extreme, but even if it's to some degree, to still give you that consequence where it's like, no, I don't want to fucking get shot. That shit hurts.
There was actually this thing where, these two dudes, like, they hooked up, like, electrodes and shit to their bodies, and they were playing Street Fighter, and with every punch, it was like some type of fighting game. And with every punch, or like whenever they would lose, they would get shocked or something. It was pretty.
It was whenever they would lose. They actually, it was two scientists
Oh yeah.
from that were in college, and it was a drinking game. Whenever they would lose, they would get shocked, and then they'd get shocked.
Oh my god. Drinking and science. Sound drug science.
I mean, if you think about it, like back to the aspect of what Sean was talking about with having that consequence. If it wouldn't, it honestly, it would not be that hard if if virtual reality was a thing, and we were already able to tap into the spinal cortex and all that.
Yeah.
Before I let you continue, virtual reality is a thing.
Yeah,
It is a real.
you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
There's already simulated forms of virtual reality, like simulations, games, stuff like that. But you're talking about more a
In-depth.
neuron network,
Yeah.
where it's more like almost like Ghost in the Shell type of shit. You know, you actually have cybernetics hooked up to you.
Yeah. Kind of like the full dive gear in.
Yeah. I'm thinking more SAO.
I think I know what's going on. I think because Assassin basically has a water hose going off in the background, it keeps drowning out you.
Okay, thank you. You hear that too,
I
right?
do
Yeah.
not- Oh my god.
He's in he's- and they're with the camera real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, now, when it's not drowning out, I can actually hear
No,
you.
see, now I can hear. Yeah, I can even hear you better now too. I could hear you fine, but there was like that distortion in the background.
Yeah. That was the same here. Like, I could kind of make it kind of sounded robotic when you were talking.
Now, another thing I was thinking about is side effects. You know, when we start this technology, it's not going to be perfect right off the bat.
Yeah.
And we actually finally get it for commercial use, where, you know, Mr. Joe Schmo down the street has some sort of, you know, let's say a virtual reality bed that he lays in, and it stimulates a neuron network that is, you know, cerebral cortex, or however it's going to wind up doing it. You know, I'm foreseeing future side effects as well, where you have brain damage, you get epilepsy, any sort of, you know, neurological side effects
Yeah.
from prolonged exposure to virtual simulation.
Yeah, kind of like, in Sword Art Online, where, like, they're basically paralyzed. So, like, if you think about it, if it's almost like that state, the dream, like, you know how when you go and dream, like your body paralyzes itself.
Yes, because what happens is when you're in REM sleep, your brain sends a chemical to the rest of your body that puts it in a paralytic state. And it basically it's a defense to keep you from actually acting out your dreams.
Yeah,
That's why you have the condition of sleepwalking. The chemical balance isn't proper with sleepwalkers, which is why they actually get up and move around. It doesn't work properly.
yeah. Like, basically that could be a problem, because what if it tampers with that and it causes people never to... It basically puts somebody in a coma. Or, like, it ends up paralyzing them. Like, they can wake up and everything, but they can't move anymore. Because...
Or what if the fact of the matter that it just straight up they're never able to sleep again,
Yeah.
and they wind developing insomnia because of it. Because think about it, when you're in this state, it wouldn't be like dreaming in that sense, because your brain is still doing all these activities. So you're not actually getting any sort of restful sleep. You may actually technically be in a sleep state, but I don't think it would be like a REM sleep. It'd be a whole different thing, because it's being basically computer simulated.
Yeah.
Is my water hose gone now?
No, I can still hear it.
What? My god. I literally turned everything off.
Maybe, do you have like a fan for your laptop or something?
Go up to your settings. Go up to the settings on the Google thing over here, and go to microphone.
Yeah. Because it still sounds like you're talking through the laptop
Yeah.
speakers and not your microphone.
It says internal mic, Cyrus Logic.
If it's internal mic, I think it's the computer. Right?
But the only other thing I have is default microphone.
Oh. I have no
Try
fucking
default
idea.
microphone.
Yeah, try that.
Now talk.
Can you hear
Or
us?
cut off the video feed again. Hey, look, now I can hear just fine.
Yeah, I can hear it just fine too. So, yeah, like you were saying, like basically it could tamper with somebody, like where they won't be able to sleep anymore or something like that.
It just comes down to the fact of the matter that, is it really worth the fun aspect, if you want,
If it causes people,
if it has the potential to cause all of these harmful effects. And I'm sure these are all things that, you know, people who are developing this sort of technology take into consideration. And when you're talking about virtual reality, you also have to start thinking about medical sciences as well,
yeah,
because of the effects that it could potentially have on the psyche and on the brain, and even as much as, I don't know.
Okay. How does it sound now?
water
The same.
hosey. Yeah.
I don't know then, because I changed it between the two mics.
That's what I committed with.
Oh, I can't go in there.
Sure you can. You'll die really fast. But
Yeah.
You can go in there.
You can do whatever you want, Jimmy.
You want to go into Dark Zone 3.
Oh god, I haven't been into the dark zones yet, so I have
Dude, you need, to
no
go, you
idea.
need to go Dark Zone it up, bro. You're level 8. You can go head into some of the lower areas. Because I believe the first zone is 1 through 10. So you're already at a decent level for that zone.
Yeah. Isn't Dark Zone the PvP aspect?
It is PvP and PvE.
Alright.
You get both aspects.
I just don't know how to do it just yet. Hasn't
If
really...
I'm not mistaken, all you have to do is just go to the area and walk through.
Alright,
It's a very fluid transition.
yeah.
Things I really like about the game. Like, the gameplay itself looks fucking awesome. I like the customization to it. I like the engine that the fucking game is on. Like, the graphics look fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I love the, like, ambient occlusion, and, like, the people look really good in it for a video game.
Uh-huh. Have you gotten a pom-pom yet?
No, I haven't gotten a pom-pom yet.
You gotta get yourself a pom-pom, bro.
Yeah,
All the
I
cool
know.
kids have them.
A what?
A little
It's a
poof
beanie.
on the back of your head for the beanie.
Like the kind that Cartman wears from South Park.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys, I'm fucking fat. I'm big bone.
Yeah. What were we talking about? I know we were talking about virtual reality and like the
The last thing
problems.
mentioned on the topic was the fact of the matter that when you're talking about a technology and this sort of sophistication, you really have to consider all of the medical science that's involved with it as well. You can't just be thinking about the fun aspect of it. You have to think about all of the negative aspects to it too, and how to overcome those things. That way, if you are going to release it to the general population, that all of a sudden, 5-6 months down the road, you don't have people just fucking dropping dead because of your product because they weren't ever able to fall asleep again, or it messed with their fucking cerebral, or they start getting brain damaged because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
This
something
podcast.
they would have to do something like they would have to test it extensively for long periods of time. But there's
And
already kind of things.
What are you going to test it on too, though? Like,
yeah.
you can't really test it on like lower based animals. The only thing you can really test it on is fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
And most of people don't want you testing shit on monkeys these days.
Yeah.
There's another aspect you have to fucking think about too. Fucking PETA'd be all over that shit.
Oh god, PETA's all over everything already.
True. True.
Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm disagreeing with that fact at all.
Yeah.
I'm not going to test some sort of theoretical technology that I have no basis on what it has the potential to do for good or bad. And not for nothing, who's to say that, like, yeah, we understand that apes and chimpanzees and, they're probably the closest representation to human beings.
Yeah.
Without just straight up testing on human beings. But at the same respect, they still neurologically are different.
Boom, headshot.
Just because it works good on an ape and then you go to clinical trials with humans.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's necessarily gonna work on people.
Then all of a sudden people come out of the virtual reality game and everything's fine, and then they go and buy a gun and pretend to be their fucking character in real life and start shooting everybody.
Yeah. Which that's a problem.
Well,
like,
I thought I was in the game, and there's another thing.
Yeah.
God.
Like, how real is it gonna be, and will it actually? I still can't go in there. Will it actually cause like problems like that? Like, people are already like, oh, video games cause people to go out and shoot people. Will this actually cause that? Because
Sean's face right there.
I mean, honestly, I'm finding more negative things about virtual reality than I am positive, as just sitting here thinking about it, not just based upon other research and things I hear about from here and there, but the more I think about it, the more that you're talking about some like Ghost in the Shell shit and, hacking other people and fucking shutting people down and shit, because, well, all I have to do is just fucking, while you're in game or while you're in virtual world, all I have to do is just, your brain is a series of synapses that sends out electrical pulses that make the body do shit. And if I hook that thing up to a fucking computer, okay, so basically now your brain is like a goddamn motherboard, and if I can hack it, I can make you do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Whether that's legitimately controlling you or killing you.
Yeah.
Or you have the aspect of SAO with the nerve gear. You have somebody who decides, oh, I'm gonna make a game, but I'm gonna rig this so if you die in the game, you die in real life, and if anybody tries to touch your move your body or anything, you're dead.
Yeah.
we will short out your. Where we just send a electrical impulse to your brain until it's shut down completely.
Yeah.
It just there's too many negative aspects to it. Like honestly, the whole putting on a fucking pair of goggles and hooking yourself up to a treadmill with some gloves and shit like that, totally cool with that. That's all still hardware that's not wired to you.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
can't have any negative. I mean, it probably still could have adverse effects, but nothing that's irreversible.
They
se.
have been saying Sony, their new VR headset, they were saying that
Yeah.
children under 12 should not use it because it will mess up their eyes.
Well,
'Cause-
yeah, that comes down to a develop.
yeah,
That comes down to human development. That's like, you know, when you were younger, your mom told you not to sit so close to the TV.
yeah.
It's the same thing.
Wait,
You're basically
How
putting
close am I
a
not supposed to sit to
TV.
the TV? This close?
Yeah,
Closer than
you're
this?
basically putting a monitor like fucking 2 inches away from your eyeballs. Yeah, there's a possibility it could cause some sort of damage to a developing a younger person who is still in development.
Yeah, they need to work out the whole, like, I haven't used one, but I've heard people that, like, they use them, and, like, you can only use it for, like, maybe 20 minutes at the most, and you get, like, a really bad headache.
Yeah, you do. I've used one before. It's bad.
Because it's just, it's basically forcing you to, like, see stuff, and, like, your brain can't fully comprehend it.
It's basically what's happening when you're using one is it's basically trying to force your body into REM sleep, which isn't natural. So your body's tries to fight.
But also it forces you, like, into, like, a different kind of view when...
It doesn't force you into a different. It doesn't try to force you into
No.
a REM sleep. What it does is it actually alters your brain waves.
It, like, alters your
It
perception,
forces
kind of.
it forces your brain waves to react differently based upon what's going on, because your body's not doing anything, but you're still acting out all of these things just based upon looking through a screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's tricking your brain into thinking like, no, you should be sleeping right now. So it tries to alter those delta wave patterns, but you're still in a waking state, so you're not going to be able to get to a REM state, and because of that, your body's conflicting right now.
Yeah. Like, if you think about it, like, a normal screen will do the same thing to you, it just doesn't happen as fast, because it's the whole binocular vision thing going on, and you have this extremely
Exactly.
close to your face, it happens even faster. And the fact that you can't look around and, like, oh, there's my bed, you can't, like, look away from the screen. Where
Yeah.
if you're sitting on a couch, you can look away from the screen for a little bit and rest your eyes for a few seconds and look down
Well,
at a
it's-
phone or something.
Yeah, it's because I have my TV screen, 6 feet away from me. I can still see everything in the peripheral vision that's around my TV, so I can tell that what I'm doing isn't a real conscious thing that I'm currently acting out.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm emulating.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with these goggles or whatever the case may be, in terms of whatever technology, you look left and you look left. I see something else that pertains to what I'm looking at and not my chair that's next to me.
Yeah.
So it causes you to stay in this state where the longer you go, the more you start detaching yourself from like an actual reality aspect of things.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, like, as you're talking more, I see this, yeah, there is more of a darker side of VR and stuff. Like, like I used to think, oh, this is really cool and everything, but if you think about it, like if we're strapped up to like stuff and it's something that I think is like it's like a trend. I feel like almost all the time there's this trend like, oh, we need to make virtual reality, like the Virtual Boy that Nintendo made, and
What, you talking about back in the early fucking 90s?
yeah, that
Fucking kick-ass Virtual Boy that bombed horribly.
yeah.
The Stone Age Nintendo Wii. Dude,
Yeah.
I still have a Power Fist somewhere. I have no idea
Oh
where
my
it's at,
God.
but I still have a fucking Power Fist.
I was watching ETC yesterday.
I was a shit, okay.
I was watching ETC yesterday, and I was watching one of their videos. It was the worst games, the Tuggy Awards or something, and like one of them had like a gold fucking Power Fist on. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the trophy that like they actually give like a trophy for that, and isn't it a fucking Power Fist?
Yeah, it's the gold Power Fist that he was wearing.
Like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
I totally have one of those. I'd be okay with that.
But I feel like it's something that's like, oh, this is really cool, but eventually it's gonna be like people use it like once or twice and like, it's like a novelty almost. Like it's
Okay,
cool, but How-
here's one for you. How about the 3D TVs?
oh god, I have one. We probably used
It's
it like 3 times. Yeah.
It is a stupid fucking gimmick. Like, first of all, the 3D imaging on it isn't that great. Fucking 3DS has better 3D imaging than the fucking TVs.
I hate using the 3D on the 3DS.
I wouldn't know. I've only used it a couple of times because I'm not cool enough to have one.
Yeah, again, it's cool. It's like that novelty kind of appeal. It's like, oh, this is really cool. But then eventually you're like, my eyes fucking hurt. I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah, and then you wind up never turning it on again.
Yeah, because I have a 3DS. I play Super Smash Bros. And stuff on it, and fuck, I don't turn on. I never turn it on the 3D. It just hurts my eyes so bad.
Well, I mean, they also tell you, like, in terms of the 3DS at least, they tell you that you are actually supposed to keep that an optimal amount of distance away from your face
Oh,
to
yeah.
get the full effect of it,
Yeah,
and also to keep from straining your eyes to the point where you're actually hurting them.
yeah.
You're supposed to actually, keep it far enough away from your face that you're not sitting right here going, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're supposed to keep
Yeah.
it
yes.
maybe not exactly arm's length, but around there. And when I'm playing when I'm playing the freaking Smash Bros on the 3DS, I'm holding it straight up to my face, because I'm like, fucking Link, kick Mario's ass, damn bastard. Like,
Oh, God. But yeah, if virtual reality, like what we're talking about, like advanced virtual reality, ever actually does come out, it will like if you think parents, like all the older people are bad now with these kids and their video games, these kids and their damn technology.
I just want to
It will
see,
be
I want to
30
see the
times worse.
first fucking porno game for virtual reality. And
Why,
like,
Christian?
you just see like the people like
Just-
they're just like in their like they're laying in like their beds and they're like fully paralyzed, and you just see them like come all over the place.
Lauren, I'm sorry.
I was just about to say, like, the two number one things that you're gonna see in virtual reality.
You're gonna see a lot of sex simulation things, because you think about it, like there's like that one guy that's just like, oh, I want to cheat on my wife, but I don't want to cheat on her, and they go into like this virtual reality and cheat on her when it's not actually real. It's like when a dude goes off and like watches porn and like jerks off to it.
Then you get into a social taboo. Is that
Yeah.
actually cheating or not? because you are actually still doing it with another person. It may be virtual, but my
Yeah.
bed is stimulating my fucking, my wiener, and it's still causing me to ejaculate from putting it into a virtual vagina that somebody else is controlling. So, and first of all, that could very easily be a dude.
Yeah. Just catfished.
Laura,
mean,
I'm
holy
sorry
shit,
you're having
what?
to listen to this.
Would that be considered cheating?
Like, there's like that whole thing that it would be, it would have to come out, and there would be a lot of debate about that.
You know what? Let's go ask my wife.
Go ask Steph.
I guess Stephanie heard me and she already says yes. I didn't even get a chance to ask.
Yes.
So yeah, I was like as I was saying, like the, all the
Stephanie's
older
face.
people will. Hi, Steph. Just hear Steph in the background. But yeah, like all of the older people that aren't in our generation will be they'll be like when they're talking about it, it'll be like 30 times worse.
Mhm.
Because like if you think about it, if you think like all the people that talk about how gaming like mature games like shooting games and like all that all the people that say that it can cause people to go out and shoot people.
Yeah.
Think about when you don't when at the point like at the SAO point where at one point he didn't even know if it was virtual or real.
Yeah, he was
Like, you don't-
basically like he didn't like that's the problem with like virtual reality. Like what if it gets to the point where we can't really differentiate
Yeah.
reality from virtual reality?
Yep.
It's
And then
gonna.
somebody that goes out and somebody will go out and commit mass genocide because they
Honestly,
did
it's
it in a
gonna.
video
It's
game.
you're gonna get two number one things. Like honestly, I really don't think that would be an issue. Like
No.
in terms of violence, I really don't think it would be an issue because a lot of 9 times out of 10, like little fun fact for you, most serial killers actually have an extremely high IQ,
Yeah.
and because of that, most of them detach from human society to begin with.
Yeah.
So putting them into a virtual reality and then them going and massacring bunches of people and saying, well, I thought I was still in the video game. No, that's bullshit. You already detached yourself from human society anyways. You already think you're better than them. You think that most people are beneath you, this, that, and the other. So you're not going to really be able to use that as an excuse.
Yeah, that's a psychopath.
Yeah. But the thing is with that, in their mind, it's not a valid excuse. But to a jury in a courtroom, it would be a valid excuse. They
Yeah.
would a jury would not convict somebody if they were not in their right mind when they did it.
And see, that's where you're going to get into a debate, though. Like, how are you able to test this person to find out if what they're saying is a crock of shit or if what they're saying is legitimate?
Mhm.
You know? But the two number one things you're going to get out of virtual reality, to the degree of where you're actually neurologically hooked up to a computer, and anything that happens you experience it in body, you're going to get two things. You're going to get, like what Flo was saying, you're going to get porn. You're going to get a lot of porn and people in the private, like online chat thing where they're just
Shit. That's all over it.
and the other thing is you're going to get a whole new breed of hacker.
Yeah. If you like remember me, where like she can go in and she can basically like fuck with people's memories and stuff. Like that shit could happen. if you think about it.
What was that? I missed that last part.
Uh, you know that game Remember Me?
Yeah.
Like, she basically can fuck with people's memories and stuff. What says that, like, a hacker, if, like, we're hooked up to this virtual reality, like, what if a hacker can go in there and, like, basically mess with our memories and stuff?
Plus, there's also a whole new topic that we didn't even really touch on. You get to a point in virtual reality where you're able to be your whole network, your whole neural network system is hooked up to a computer, and you can for instance, how with most computers you can download shit, you can upload shit, you can surf the internet, you can listen to music, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Would you be able to, in theory, download yourself, your being as an essence, who you are, to the internet
Yeah.
or to a server or something like that? And if you can, then at what point do you go from being human to becoming a computer program?
Yeah, you're kind of touching on... Have you seen that movie Transcendence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Johnny Depp's the man.
Yeah. That was a really good movie, and, like, that would be really cool, but, like,
At the
what if
same
it...
time, you have it didn't I haven't seen the movie in a while, but didn't he like go after a while like go rogue basically? Not rogue, but like he took control completely.
He
Yeah.
reached a different plane of enlightenment because with his basically his brain being downloaded onto the internet, like I was telling you earlier, your brain is just a bunch of synapses and electrical currents that go through your body and tell it what to do or how to think or whatever. You know, the whole myth that you only use 10% of your brain is actually false. You do use 100% of your brain, but at only about 10% capacity.
Yeah.
Because we as a species have not evolved enough to a point where we can use more of the actual capability of our brain. The human brain, just one singular human brain alone, has the capacity, if you were to say hook up every single computer together and get them to think on one thought alone, that is the capacity that our brain is capable of doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're able to basically more or less download yourself, your essence, your brain, however you want to classify it, to the internet, you're basically eliminating that limitation. And with being able to do that, you're able to tap into and unlock this potential for growth. And it becomes like a snowball effect. Once you start getting a hang for it, you just keep progressing further and further and further until you get like a effect or a transcendent effect where
It is hard to hear you right now.
you're no longer one being. You are a collective. You are everything. You become like a god. You're becoming this whole new, different entity, this new breed, species, whatever you want to look at it as. Because you are still a sentient being, even though you don't have a physical form in that sense. You still have your own individual thought, your own ideas, this, that, and the other. It's just, it's so vastly overwhelming compared to just your average person that at what point do you stop thinking of yourself as part of the human race and start thinking of yourself as more of a deity?
Or you might think of yourself as kind of like the next step to the human race, and like
the next step in evolution.
Yeah.
Come here. Come on.
Kind of like.
I love Stargate, man. And I'm all for the fact of the matter of ascension. And I really do believe that us as a species have the capability of being able to progress to a state where they call it the neo-human.
Mhm.
What it basically is if you ever want to watch a really cool movie, it's called Waking Life. Waking Life is the whole movie is based in a dream, and it's about this main character who, while he's going through his dream state, encounters these different people with their different ideals and thoughts and everything of that nature.
Yeah.
One of the people he encounters is a professor who's talking about the neo-human and evolutionary progression, and how as we progress as a species, the technological advances are becoming shorter and shorter. So, like, you had the Neanderthal. The Neanderthal created tools and weapons and fire and the wheel. So, and then the next major span, you get into colonization, agriculture, plumbing, and then you have a shorter span getting into electricity, lights, telephones, and then the span gets even shorter again. You have computers, internet, and then it keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter until eventually you reach this climax where you see evolutionary jumps in technology that happen in a generation, within your lifetime, within years, and to a point where it becomes so minute that you reach a plane that it's like, I don't know, shit like that is stuff I think about all the time.
Yeah. Which, yeah, there's a lot of, like, you can just go on for a long time about that.
But I highly recommend anybody who's watching this, or the two of you as well,
Yeah.
We have
if you're
right now.
really into like the whole dreaming thing and the whole just ideological thought processes on just various things of the human psyche, it's a wonderful movie. Like, it's an indie movie, absolutely fantastic. It's live action shot and then animated over like a Scanner Darkly or Beowulf was.
Oh, I believe what I believe I know what you're talking about. Is it all like hand drawn animation?
The animation changes in style throughout the whole movie. Like, it keeps changing more and more. You know how when you're in a dream and sometimes it's really hard to actually focus on things?
Yeah.
Like, they tried to really capture that in imagery. Like, everything kind of moves and kind of just is kind of wavy or squiggly, or sometimes it's loud and scratchy, and just the imagery is beautiful in the movie if you're really thinking about it in that aspect.
Yeah. I believe I haven't watched it, but I believe I've seen videos about it.
You
Like,
can just go straight on Google and watch it right off of Google.
yeah, it was in Sundance, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Alright. Yeah, I believe I've heard about it before. It was one of those very revolutionary, like, it was very strange, but it was a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
I
I
heard of it.
highly recommend it to anybody who ever has those sort of thought processes and just really is more or less, curious about human psyche and thought processes.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, we have as of right now, we have 3 viewers watching us. So
Alright,
thank you,
that's
guys.
cool.
Hopefully
I know I'm one of them
change 3
because
people's lives.
I have it up. 8JTE
Oh,
is on
that's
here.
me.
Oh, that's you? Alright.
That's okay. So we have like 2 people then.
We have a viewer.
We have a viewer.
Well,
I know
hope
exactly who the viewer is too.
I hope I change this person's views on everything.
Yeah.
Did you, Lauren? Did you change your views on it on life?
So, are we able to still Are you still recording all of this to Halo that we could put it up on YouTube or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should be able to put it up on YouTube after.
You can actually Twitch actually does a thing where once we're done with this video, all we have to do is just export it to YouTube, and it's actually quick and easy.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think maybe we should do that, so hopefully we can change a couple more lives.
Yeah.
But I think
Or
we're
we could
coming
just instead of exporting, I think it would be better because I'm not sure. I don't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure when I used to stream on Twitch, exporting you can only export a certain amount of the video. But since Christian actually does record it, since he's technically recording this right now, I think.
Well, I hope this will actually save. I'm using the Shadow Play. I know when I record it, usually it will just save onto my hard drive. It'll be a big ass file because it's uncompressed.
Yeah. Well,
And
I'm pretty sure we're coming up on right around like 45 minutes as it is, so maybe we should go ahead and just call this done.
Yeah.
yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool. All right.
So we do an
So
outro.
I'm Saikano. Have a wonderful day.
I'm Halo. Have a wonderful day.
And I'm Assassin. Have a wonderful day.
All right.
If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe to us on YouTube. Our channel is the Ash Factory. If you
Ash
couldn't figure it out.
Factory.
So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, this video will be up on YouTube for your continuing viewing pleasure.
Yep.
We hope you
Continuing.
enjoyed.
Continuing.
Sean, don't make
wait,
myself feel better
You
about
gotta work on
myself.
your public speaking, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the video there.
All right. All right. The Ash Factory is out.
Suck it, bitch. I will rape your mother.
You have to,